Okay, on this next one, we have to learn how to write a dot chart. And we kind of went over this the other day. Just want to make sure that we've got it right. So this question, for example, would be kind of like a question on the test. It'll be the heights of 20 basketball players in inches are given below. Create a dot plot, to display the data. You would put them in order. I went ahead and put them in order, and most likely on the test they will already be in order. All we have to do is find the smallest number, which is this number, and the biggest number. And let's use blue today. We would start here, 68. We have a lot of different numbers that go all the way to 84. So let's go ahead and make this chart a little bit bigger so that we can label them by 2. Six, 78, 80, 81, 82, and 84. And you can just do this on a regular piece of paper or just follow along. All right. And then all we do is we find all of our 68s. So how many 68s? We only have one. And you know what? All we do is we make a little dot. And then we find, is there any 69s? I don't see any 69s. I do see some 70s. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So let's make 3 dots above the 70. Do we have any 71s? We've got 1 71, so let's make 1 dot there. We don't have any, we've got 4 for 75. So let's go to 75 and make 4 dots. It's a little bit bigger, whoops. Those are not very pretty dots. And then we go to 77 is our next one. There's only 1, and then there's 3 for 80. So let's do 3 dots. And then there's 1 for 81. Let's make a dot. And then there's 1 for 82. Make a dot. 1 for 83 and 1 for 84. And we have 284, so let's just ignore that. Okay. All right, that's all. That's how you make a dot chart. So that's all I'm going to ask of you is to be able to cross them out and make little dots above the line. And then we're going to go over to histograms, and we already filled out the notes, so we're not going to go over that. I just want you to remember a couple really important things. So each time, each one of these things are called a bin. So when, for example, they'll give us something like this. Given the table below, create a histogram representing the number of calls received in 2 weeks. And the frequency is always going to be, I always make it up, like number of calls is 0 to 3. I'll say frequency is per hour. Or you could say per day or per 30 minutes. The frequency on this column you can always make up to make it easier for you. So for instance, this bin right here is going to be the 0 to 3 bin. And this bin over here is going to be the 4 to 7 bin. And this bin is going to be the 8 to 11 bin. And this bin is going to be the 12 to 15. And this bin is going to be the 16 through 19. And then what we're going to do is, it says number of calls 0 to 3. And so on this one, there were 2. So we're going to make a line right there and fill it in 2. And then on the next one, it says on the 4 to 7, there was 5. So we're going to go up to the 5th one and color that in. And then on the 8 to 11 right here, there was only 2 again, so we're just going to color it up to 2. And then on the 12 to 15 bin, let's do pink, there was 4. So we're going to go up to 4. My highlighting isn't perfect. Let's do yellow for 16 to 19. There was only one. So this one is just going to be right back here. And that's all we do. It was just fill it in. And I will make sure that we have the frequency and that we have the bins labeled right here. And that's all you have to do. Okay? Now when we go down, it'll ask you actually to create a histogram to represent the number following a 50-point math test or with a bunch of numbers. Again, they'll ask you to put these numbers in order. I will most likely already have these in order, or I will cut them in half to make them smaller. And then you'll have to count, for instance, if it had like 20, 22, 24, 27, 29, oops, 32, 33. What you would do is you would count off. So we're looking right now at this one, 20 to 24. We've got 1, 2, 3. So all we do is write tally marks. We've got 3 of those. And on the next one, we're going to look at any ones from 25 through 29. Oh, we've got 2. So I'm going to make 2 tally marks. And it goes on and on and on like that. And then we have the same table pretty much as this one right here. Instead of numbers, we'll have tally marks. But then what we do is we use the same information. Oops, I'm going too far, sorry. There'll be a table just like this that'll have frequency, and it'll have like the 50 point, so points on math. And then we would take the 20 to 24 as the first bin. And then we would take 25 through 29 on the next bin. And then we would just color up 3 for, let's say, sorry, it's not pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would just do the same thing. So we would use this 20 to 24, it would go up to 3. And we color that in. And then on this one, it has 2, so we go up 2. So it's the same point. Of course, for those tests that will be accommodated or modified, I will probably already have these numbers in order, and then you will just have to tally them, and a graph will be there for you to go ahead and draw with these labels and bins already done and these numbers already up. I just want to see that you can do it. All right, if you have any questions or if you want to go over it again, let me know, and I'd be happy to work with you. Thank you.